Hey, it's Enigma Hood, and I need to respond again to Matt Dillahunty's new video, where he's talking about Thunderf00t again and the free speech stuff. And basically, Thunderf00t made a video where he said, you know, YouTube is analogous to standing on a soapbox in public square or some public area and voicing your opinions, and the best ideas are get put forth and the bad ideas are shut down. And Matt Dillahunty took exception to this analogy, and he decided to discredit the analogy by saying, no, it's not analogous to that, it's more analogous to having a festival where each individual person has his own booth and gets to run it however they want to. So if they want to control the ideas that are put forth in this booth, they have that power. The reason why I need to comment on this is because I feel like Matt Dillahunty is missing the point of what Thunderf00t was saying. I don't think Thunderf00t was ever disputing whether or not we have a right to run our channel the way we want to, whether we have a right to block people or to enable comments or disable or enable ratings and things like that. I don't think he was ever disputing that because it's pointless. What is the point of that? Because we already know what the rules of YouTube are. We already know that we're allowed to block and ban people if we feel like it, or enable or disable comments or ratings. We already know that, so what's the point of an analogy to prove otherwise? It doesn't make any sense. What Thunderf00t's saying is that this is how we should run our channels. That's what he's saying. He's saying you should run your channel like this, by allowing for dissent. Because this is the optimal excuse me, this is the optimal way of going about expressing ideas, and then you can actually, using this method, you can find out whether your position is correct or not. That's what Thunderf00t was saying. He was saying, because he's talking about feminism, and he was addressing Matt Dillahunty. He's challenging Matt Dillahunty's stance on feminism and saying, is your position correct? This is how you find out, by allowing for free dissent without any blocking or banning, and then you'll be able to figure out whether your position is correct or not. Now, my objection to Thunderf00t is that sometimes it doesn't really matter whether or not, like, the thing with having positions or goals and stuff like that is that the conviction is subjective. Like, if you want to eliminate sexism, misogyny, discrimination against women, everyone else in the world could think that is wrong and say, no, we should have sexism. But it doesn't change the fact that you believe that feminism is a good thing. That is your goal. That is your conviction. That's what you want to do. And so you're going to act in a way that's conducive towards attaining that goal by any means necessary, including blocking and banning people. Because that is what you would that's objectively what you should do. Why on earth would you want to allow for dissent when that's your goal? When you want to eliminate sexism? Why would you allow all these misogynistic individuals to spout their hatred towards women on your channel, if that's your goal? You don't need other people telling you that your goal is wrong. No, that is what your conviction is, and it's inherently an emotional conviction. So you can't say that it's right or wrong. That's where I'm disagreeing with Thunderf00t. You know, basically Thunderf00t he wants to make Matt Dillahunty realize that his approach with feminism is incorrect. And if you go about running your channel in this way, you'll realize that, because all these other people are going to be inundating you with better information, and we're going to show you that we're right and you're wrong. That's what he's trying to say. He's not trying to say, oh no, this is how YouTube is. This is how YouTube is. No, he's not saying that. He's saying this is how you should run your channel. That's the important thing, because he just wants Matt Dillahunty to change his position. But that's the thing. I mean, it's like telling it's like telling someone to think that racism is okay. You know, there are some things that we are just convicted, that we just have strong emotional convictions on, and no amount of logical reason to the contrary is ever going to change our minds about these positions. That's the thing about goals, and that's the thing about morality. You know, Matt Dillahunty is a big pusher of objective morality, even though he doesn't believe in God. Now, I listened more carefully to what he was saying about objective morality, and he defines a goal when he defines morality. In that case, yes, you can objectively work towards a goal. And in his case, the way he defines morality is that we're working towards the well-being of all humanity. That is a noble goal, I'm sure. However, not everyone believes in that. You know, especially Americans, especially the American government. Look no further than the American government. The American government places a higher priority on the objective, on the goal of advancing the well-being of America. That is a much higher priority than advancing the well-being of all of humanity. And conservatives definitely feel that they want to advance the well-being of American citizens, not all humanity. Can you imagine? Like, let's say, so in order to advance the well-being of all humanity, that means we also need to pay a larger proportion of our income to pay for the health care and benefits for illegal immigrants. How would that go down with a lot of conservatives? They're going to be pissed off about that. They're not going to agree with that. They're going to say, no, we don't want this. So for them, their objective of advancing the well-being of American citizens is much higher than the well-being of just all humans, irrespective of what your nationality is. That's the thing. We disagree on the goals. We disagree on the goals. And that's the reason why I take exception when people say objective morality. Well, it depends on how you define morality. If you can define an objective, yes, you can objectively work towards that goal. The problem is not all of us will agree with that goal, nor will all of us necessarily place that goal at the top of our list of goals, because we all have many, many goals. That's all I wanted to say. I hope this brings more light. I mean, there is no discussion. There should be no discussion about what our rights are on YouTube. We already know we have the power to block and ban people. There's no question about that. It's just a matter of whether we should. And like I said, it depends on what your goals are. This is Enigma Hood signing off.